YouTube. Hey YouTube, hi, welcome in. Hope you guys are doing well. Take a seat, grab yourself a snack or something. Y'all already know what we do here. Uh, we're gonna go ahead and analyze it. We're gonna take some time. I will be straight up. I have fallen for a lot of anime tropes now that I've gotten used to them, right? Which is essentially you think the show's heading in a certain direction, it falls for it. However, I will also say this: hey, depression is not always how you think it is. So, depression, when it comes to the general knowledge of what depression is, does not represent itself in the way that you see it in the movies, in the way that you see it in some shows. Depression can even be hidden amongst the smiles that we see in people every single day. And this is something that is number one, like a key thing that I think is always a takeaway. And be like, this series has been on my mind because I know we've been busy with Bochi and some of the other series, which is why we're dedicating March quite literally to March Comes In Like a Lion, you know? So we'll be watching an episode, a dedicated episode of this show for the rest of the month. And an aspect of this, the reason why I started off by saying this is I, when looking through what depression means and when looking through to what impact depression can have, I've had a lot of friends who's, yeah, they smiled brightly, who were phenomenal individuals, and you would never think nothing's wrong with them. Like, legitimately, some of the best individuals out there, and, I've lost them to, suicide. I'm just going to be straight up about it. And that's the key there. Sometimes we will never know your struggle or a person's struggle until they're able to go ahead and state it, right? Because depression, anxiety, and the impact that those have on others, on people, it all shows differently. And first off, psychologists are not mind readers, right? Therapists in general are not mind readers in any way, shape, or form. But they can help you navigate through your problems. So I will say this: hey, if you're going through a down period in your life, and this is sort of like the PSA message of this, if you're going through a down period in your life and you need help, reach out to a therapist, reach out to mental health support in some way, shape, or form. And if you see a friend going through something rough, reach out to them, care about them. Yeah, I don't want to start off heavy like that, but I think it's important to go ahead and talk about and realize because it's a deep topic. Also, Nick Mir, I appreciate it, mate. I'll give you the full on thing in a bit, but I just want to go ahead and state it out there again, guys. If you're going through something, reach out for help. Really do. It doesn't matter if you're with, for, against, whatever, dude. Reach out for help. If you're feeling anxious and you're not showing it, you think you're showing it right or wrong way, dude, just reach out for help. I mean, there's a stereotype in media that social that depression is not getting out of bed, isolating yourself, which is true and is representative. But there's also depression where you socially interact with everyone, but there's a distance and noise. Yeah, yeah. Nick, man, thanks so much for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Year and a month, man. I appreciate it so much. So here's the thing: depression and anxiety come in many shapes and factors, right? And I think this is the key aspect of it all. Where I've been depressed and I've been super smiley as well, right? Like I've been able to go ahead and keep up my interactions and whatnot with people and super smiley and like, wearing this mask of trying to go ahead and fit in or trying to go ahead and do certain stuff, even pouring myself into my games or or into random hobbies and stuff in order to work throughout whatever issue I had. And people are like, you're magnificent, you're wonderful at this, but deep down inside it's like screaming for it. You ask you ask people, hey, are you doing okay? No, like genuinely, like being there for a person does wonders. Being there for a person speaks about everything. Asking them, how are you doing? Are you doing okay? Yo, I'm here for you if you need anything. I'm gonna be checking up on you. You're acting a little different. We humans are creatures of habit. Hate to be honest about it, which is why there's books out there that talk about the importance of habit and setting up habits and routines and all of that, right? Because we love to fall into our own little habits of doing certain aspects. So that's a question. We'll answer that later, Masters. It's not pertaining to this because it'll derail us. But when it comes to a situation where you see someone derail from their everyday habit randomly, you know, You can do wellness checks. You can ask their friends, close people who are closer to them, to check in on them. At the end of the day, I want to be, want to throw this out there for you guys, right? And I hate to be on a realist as well in this situation. The only thing you can do is check up on an individual, right? Or ask their friends to check up on them because you've noticed weirder actions, or you might feel as though they might be depressed. But I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. If you guys are not professional, are not professionals in dealing with depression, trauma, whatever it may be, don't jump into an area of expertise where you're not knowledgeable in, because you might hurt them more. Make sure that you have, before helping out others, check your little life tank, like, Zelda hearts. How many Zelda hearts do you have left? How many hearts do you have left? Are you okay with giving a person a heart for a little bit? Are you not running low? Don't run in compassion fatigue mode, even for friends, because you always have to put on your mask first before helping out others. I remember checking in on a sad friend every other day. It made me feel like I was a subhuman. Looking back, it was completely selfish. Got better, and I. Mm-mm. But it just depends as to the way that you do it, and I think that's the important aspect. With that being said, let's jump into it. Sorry, guys, I don't mean to like go this.
眩しい。いい加減カーテン買わんと。
For me, this is a house, not a home. This is straight up just a house. Sorry that I just realized people might be like, I don't really tend to go into other people's servers. I try to like stay on mount. I really don't even have time. Well, but thank you. I appreciate it, Fran. With something like this, I know people are gonna be like, wait, what do you mean? Of course it's just a house. Yeah, but a house is not a home. I'm looking at the loneliness because he must be here for quite a while. Yeah. No, this is. I've had a lot of people, especially a lot of clients, who have gone through severe trauma, uh, and for example, doing therapy at their places and whatnot would look like something like this. You know, they've gone through tremendous amounts of trauma and situations like that, and it's funny, or it's interesting, because for them, like for example, for a lot of individuals, or for them specifically, their safe space was art, and so they invested themselves heavily into art as a way to, cope through their traumas, through their depression, through their anxiety. But this also shows me that in terms of attachments, he's disrupted. He's absolutely disrupted in attachments. You guys might be wondering, okay, why are you talking about attachments in a situation like this, right? When we look at individuals, right, in terms of like attachment as an attachment therapist, is not just about people, it's about things. For example, I have Senor Pinguino over here, right? And for most of you guys, he's just, you know, the penguin of the Psyculturist network here, right? Who's able to go and help out and be here for all of our streams and videos and whatnot. To me, he's actually a very precious gift that someone gave me. He means a lot to me. He actually has meaning for me. Like, we make attachments and we give meaning towards the things that we attach ourselves to. So seeing as though the only thing out there is like stuff to get better, or reading material, so I'm guessing that's for shogi and stuff. Is that his version of coping through whatever may have happened in the past, or is happening currently? Depression is a silent killer. And I straight up about it. It affects us in many ways, shapes, or forms. One of them, it's really relevant in the way that we attach ourselves onto our things. I'm wondering, the bare minimum. I'm wondering what happened. Like if I was there with them, I'd be, where are your parents? What role did your parents play in your life? Do you have any siblings? What does it mean for you to be here alone? What does it mean for you to not even have curtains? Are you scared of putting your things up? And asking all of these like follow-up questions, because that's how you dive deep into a person. I want to believe there's a psychological connection in art. People like to put art on its own thing, isolating it, putting it on a pedestal, and using it as a tool for deception. There is, touch me domo. There's actually a thing called art therapy, all right? Or a lot of individuals. I've seen grown men cry from literally doing art because they've never had the opportunity to do it when they were younger. They've never had the opportunity to be vulnerable and express themselves on a canvas where, guess what? Yeah, people might critique you. It's laying yourself bare. Same thing when it comes to singing or other things. That's why art is so art in terms of, and even martial arts and sports and all of these things. It's a very vulnerable experience for a lot of people. And it is quite literally both the way of like putting yourself out there to the world, but also the world sort of encroaching in on you as well. Anyway, sorry. Chicken nugget. Chicken nugget.
今日の対局は獅子王戦の6組トーナメント。相手は二階堂晴信。もうすぐ夏休みか。プロになってからは今日が初対局だ。
Love the clouds, man.
「夏休みになるとデパートの屋上などで毎年子供将棋大会が催された。奨励会に入る前、全国の強い子供たちはこういった小さな大会で何度も顔を合わせる。春信も僕もそういうイベントでは常連になっていて、すでに何度も顔を合わせていた。あれは何年生の頃だったろう。恐ろしく熱いイベントで僕と春信は準決勝で顔を合わせた。その日は本当にひどい暑さで、暑いのが苦手な彼は赤鬼のように真っ赤っかでひどく辛そうで、
He seemed like he was in pain.
見ているこっちまで苦しくなった。
Oh, dude. Heck yeah.
風が止み、気温はますます上がって、多分貧血を起こしているのだろう。彼の顔はどんどん青白くなっていった。傲慢な考えかもしれない。でも僕はなんとか最短で詰みまで持っていく道を探していた。一刻も早く目の前の子を冷房の効いた涼しい場所で休ませねばと思ったのだ。しかし、
Hey, yo.
彼は負けが濃くなった終盤、ありったけの持ち駒を自陣に投入して必死の抵抗を始めたのだ。汗まみれの真っ青な顔からは声にならない叫びが漏れ出していた。
負けたくない、負けたくない、負けたくない、負けたくない、 負けたくない。
その瞬間、僕は自分の思い上がりを恥じた。
負けたくない。
目の前の人間がこんなに汗まみれでフラフラになってまでここに座っているのは勝ちたいからなのだ。
負けたくない。
それはもうどうしようもなく、僕と同じに長い戦いになった。もう僕の勝ちだった。それでも彼は一手一手もがくように見えない道を探して刺し続ける。しかしついに刺す手がなくなる時が来た。
What I'm thinking about is shogi, alright? Like chess. It's a very intellectual game of give and take, of taking and losing. And this might be weird because I'm sort of wondering this, and don't take this as like a prophecy or anything like this, right? But like, as I mentioned before, individuals invest themselves heavily into different styles or things, or some individuals take the time to heal for themselves. Other individuals, use a previous passion as a tool. And I'm wondering if shogi for him is his way of both connecting yet losing people, of being able to go ahead and, find something that he's good at, connect in some way, shape, or form, but at the same time lose. It's the same thing when you're really good at chess or martial arts. It's a zero-sum game. Yeah. I know I said it earlier, which is like people invest themselves so much into certain aspects, relationships, art, so on and so forth, that they can actually end up like life. Yeah. They can actually end up like both giving and taking and losing a lot, in the process. Are you advancing at all, or are you just keeping yourself stable? For our main character here, what would have happened to him if he no longer had a shogi board? If he could no longer play, what would have happened to him? My mind is spiraling, because for me, it's like, how we all have safety blankets and stuff like this? Is this how you've been able to work or keep yourself stable in that regard? I'm thinking it's probably going to be a desperation. It could be. When in depression, it's, here's the thing, like, other people, like, if you get fanatically involved in something, right, you can literally start pushing people away. I've had friends, those close friends that I mentioned at the very beginning of the episode, where they were so involved in the one thing that they were involved in their own little, stuff that they were into, and they forgot about parties, birthdays. They had to attend what they needed to do, and they were like, oh, afterwards, I'm sorry, I completely forgot I needed to do things, and people slowly started stepping back. They also have, like, after a while, they some of the backstories I've heard is people are afraid of connecting after that. If people come and go out of an individual's life or through trauma in some way, shape, or form, connection is scary. Connection is terrifying. Being vulnerable is terrifying. What happens if I have some severe trauma and I connect with masters, and, I pour my heart and soul into them and I lose masters? What do you think that would do if that was the only person I'd be able to connect with? That would hurt. That would absolutely hurt. So I'm just like zoning in on this, and I'm like, you can use games to connect with others, but at the same time, you can also lose connections with others. Others might be trying to use that game to pull you back into what the real world, social world is. But sometimes we get our heads so stuck into like trying to feel something that we lose track of what real is, or what it means to be here in the moment. I just think this is beautiful.
どんなに目を凝らしても、もうどこにも自分の玉の生きる道がない。
負けました。
そうつぶやくと彼は、漫画みたいな大粒の涙をポロポロとこぼし始めた。僕はそれを、セミの声と、デパートの屋上の BGM の中で、ただ黙って見つめていた。多分、この先何十年も向き合うかもしれないその顔を。プロになるということは、止まらない列車に飛び乗るようなものだ。もう二度と降りることはできない。負けて転がり落ちるまでは。この小さな宇宙の中で気が遠くなるほどの勝ったり負けたりを繰り返すのだ。負けたくないと喘ぎながら。
YouTube chat. In this grand aspect of, I guess, the big aspect of life in general, how has your adventure been so far? I mean this genuinely. Like me, hate me, whatever it may be, dude. Like, I genuinely want to know. Have you guys been enjoying, or what? How has your adventure been like? What do you guys want to improve on? How do you guys want to improve? And then through that, I guess the follow-up question is, how do you deal with loss? Losing in games, losing a loved one. See, I'm afraid, but I'm prepping myself slowly and surely, because my parents are getting older, you know. And I might look back in this video 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now and be like, yeah, you know, there's nothing in the world that can prepare you for a loss of someone that you genuinely deeply care about, you know. But for you guys, how has your adventure been so far? Life takes weird shapes, takes and turns and whatnot. And do you feel like you're resilient? Do you feel like you have enough resiliency to bounce back from some of the drops that life has? That will never happen. I don't want that to happen. No. We keep changing and we keep evolving because of the times, and I think that this is... I don't think I'm ready. It's a scary thought, Masters. It is. 1.5 years ago, I had to deal with my dad suddenly passing away. Okay, champ. Oof, I'm sorry about that, mate. Like, I truly, like, honestly, I don't understand what that's like because I haven't been through that. But I can empathize and I can say, holy crap, dude. I'm sorry, dude. Like, how'd you deal with that? How was that for you? Well, it's not just about that, Finfriend. It's about other things as well. Because I gotta say, I think you're resilient, Finfriend. How you've grown, how you've been able to go ahead and come back from certain moments, and like, you know, some of the things that you shared with us, I think you're pretty resilient, and I think it's a journey upwards. It's never an easy journey for change or for building resilience or whatnot. It takes small steps, but I think you can get there. I really do. And loss is huge. Loss is one of the biggest aspects out there, you know. It came as a genuine shock. Just a random day, and then it happened. Yeah. Oh, fuck, dude. My heart goes out to you. And to everyone out there, guys. These are some like the deep thoughts that are like running through my mind when it comes through the aspects as to what life is, or what journeys we all take, and how we deal with loss, and, you know, how we evolve and whatnot. And I'll let you guys sit on that for a second. Let's go.
Oh, Kiriyama. ちょっと覗いてみろ。お前のライバルが素晴らしい気迫で待ってるぞ。むっちり。
Bruh.
なんかもう気合入りすぎてほぼ別の漫画になってるだろ。なんつうのこう
事後積むや積まざるや
みたいな羨ましいな。山見ろよあの気迫。すべてお前のためなんだぜ。中世のライバルだって言ってたぜ。
Lifelong.
落ち着け。まずゆっくり息を吸い込む。浅い息は視界を狭くする。
Bruh.
遅いぞ桐山。待ちくたびれたぞ。
僕は時間通りに来ました。早く来たのは二階堂さんの方でしょ。もう
そっか。気持ちが流行ってしまってな。さあ。
8:47. Hold on.
むっちり。
Sorry, okay.
始めようじゃない
I
か。
was looking for something.
25K 来た。24銀。3五歩。同銀。
Smack.
1五歩。強くなっている。じわじわと、でも揺るがずに攻めてくる。ダメだ。受けてばかりでは拉致が開かない。流れを変える。汗。あの時と同じだ。顔色が悪い。二階堂の様子がおかしい。すいません。空調聞いてますか？
すいません。どうもエアコンの調子が良くないみたいで。いいよ桐山。あのデパートの屋上に比べたら天国だ。
Oh.
続けようぜ。
Oh. In shogi, as you take the other pieces, you get control. So as it goes on, it becomes more complicated. That sounds tough. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that sounds like like a never-ending resolution. Honestly, unless you're able to like destroy the king or capture the king. I'm guessing. I find it interesting. I find it interesting that despite the odds or despite the situation, he's still pushing through. You know, that's very grounding in a lot of ways. Nikaido is pretty cool. I'm like, All Star 5G.
不切れをついてきたか。ならこうだ。7六歩。 18銀。金取りを放置して銀打ち？なんだなんだこれ。負けたく
The
ない。
show gets pretty accurate.
負けたくないよね。落ち着け。息は深く、視野は広く。冷静にさえいければ、この局面。
You know what's interesting is that this is actually what he's doing right now for shogi is actually like, of course not with the shogi pieces, is actually a coping skill. Is actually a way to be able to go ahead and like straight up. I know this is gonna sound weird, right? In case you're ever in a big problem and you feel like you have no solution, literally take a deep breath. This might sound silly as heck, right? But any good therapist will go ahead and recommend this as well. Put yourself in a third person's shoes, looking in into whatever the problem may be. What do you think that person would say or would realistically, like, you know, offer advice on or whatever? What perspectives would you get if you want to learn a little bit more about empathy, about what your opponent is thinking, or so on and so forth? It's a really amazing way of, like, you know, first off, being able to go ahead and like breathe down, and second off, being able to go ahead and solve through some issues or problems that might be happening. That's why I'm like, this is legit pretty cool.
僕の方がいいはずなんだ。落ち着いて、刺し続けろ。対局は夜まで続き、僕は
Damn.
春信の粘りを振り切り続けた。
It continued until the evening. Damn.
そして
ありません。負けました。
ああ、そうだ。この顔、
Bruh.
同じまんまだ。子供の頃と。ちっとも変わっていない。二階堂も。そしてきっと僕も。きっとこのままずっと。ずっと。ずっと。
春信様。花岡。グリーン休暇は、世界一周はどうしたんだ。80日間帰ってこないんじゃなかったのか。大奥様に代わっていただきました。私は10日間で十分です。船旅は満喫させていただきました。正直春信様と離れている方が心配で心配で、もう不整脈とか起こ。
Fuck. My dude couldn't even enjoy a vacation. Oh no, but he's there for him either way. Oh, I swear the characters in this show make me taking time off of a vacation, dude. That's
起こしかねない危なさでありましたよ。病院の方へ行っていませんでしたね。このまま森川先生のところへ行きましょう。もう。
my thing is, do you think, because even for him, like there was someone there, I feel like the silence would be deafening. Either that or you get so used to the silence that you believe that that's what your reality is. Imagine winning and having no one there to cheer you on. Or losing and having no one there to cry with. Or laugh with. Oof. Oof.
連絡はしてあります。春信様、おつらいですか。また腎機能が低下しているのでしょう。すまない。申し訳ありません。 私がいない間、食事も無茶なさったのでありましょう。
You probably weren't eating well. Oh.
いいんです。わかります。病院食ばかりではストレスがたまります。それも子供の頃からです。どんなにお辛いか、花岡はずっと見てまいりました。大丈夫。花岡がついております。
Yeah?
焦らず少しでも体調を戻しましょう。桐山様は対局はいかがでしたか？負けた。強かった。あんなに強くなってるなんて。でも次は絶対に負けない。
His resiliency through the roof, dude. Holy shit. I wonder how he would take a loss. Our main character would genuinely take a loss. Like, as we have this, like, good opportunity to stop and reflect, it sounds weird, but hearing the, like, all these other characters and their inflictions, they have up and downs, but our main character is very flat. You know, in the way he speaks. I wonder what it would take for him to, like, process something like that. Process what frustration is. Process what it means to, like, you know, for example, like our amazing friend here, be resilient, because dude, that's a big jump. Like, he lost and he's like, I'm gonna get better. Like, ooh. Chapter 6.
二階堂との対局を終え、約束通り僕はみんなのいる家に向かった。
対局が終わったらまたおいで。贈り物なの。ごちそう作るから。
Aww.
こんばんは、桐山です。
遅かったね。お疲れ様。
Oh, bro, she's too beautiful. Oh, bro. Oh, my heart fucking. Oh. Oh.
お腹減ってるでしょ。入って。
遅くなってすみません。
ほら、もも。レイちゃん来たよ。
これ。
Mommy?
さあ、どうぞ。桐山くんのは遅いから別に持っておいたよ。桐山くん小食だからちょっとずつ持って避けておいたよ。
美味しそう。でも食べきれるかしら。
で、こっちがおばあちゃんとお母さんの分です。ももの物ごとセットに盛り付けてみました。
ちっちゃい。
See, now this is a home. And I wonder if he realizes that this is sort of what affection and love is. People don't have to be related to you by blood to be family. You know? Or for a house to feel like a home. And that's sort of where my mind is like rolling in, which is like, how do you see them? What roles do they play in your life? Oh, bro.
おじいちゃん寝ちゃダメよ。そろそろ送り火炊かないとだし。
ああ、もう9時過ぎか。そうだな。あんまり遅くなるとばあさんたち帰るの大変だからな。
この間夕方炊いて。
そう、この間は迎え盆だったから。迎えるときは早く来て、みんな待ってるよって日が暮れる頃炊くの。
Oh, fuck.
送るときは少しでも長くいてほしいから晩ご飯が終わってから炊くのよ。でね、来るときは早く来てほしいからキュウリの馬、帰りはお土産たくさん持ってゆっくり無事に帰れるようにナスで作った牛に乗って行ってもらうのよ。さあ、そろそろお見送りしましょうか。
みんなはいつもと変わらずニコニコしてるけど、やっぱりどこか気だるく、
What I find, yeah, it's a beautiful way to mourn. What I find amazing and sort of interesting is how throughout cultures and stuff, in a very similar way, we found ways to mourn those that have passed, you know. And some traditions, you know, we have like Dia de los Muertos, which is another way of, again, of we wish them safe passage in, you know, individuals from our past, from, you know, ancestors, whatever they may be, in for a period of time, and with food and everything. And then on the way out, we wish them a safe passage back. And it's beautiful to see like cross-cultural traditions on very, you know, very similar topics like that. It's sad that some traditions like this aren't practiced anymore by some people. Yeah. And how some traditions are completely lost to time. It's... Oof.
こんな風に馬や牛を用意したり、ごちそうを用意したり、もういない人たちの来る時間や帰る時間をみんなで気にしたり。僕には余計思い出して悲しくなるための切ない儀式にしか思えなかった。
Yeah.
さあ、そろそろ家に入りましょうか。ママもお風呂入って寝よっかね。私ちょっとコンビニ行ってくる。
Damn, that got me all choked up, bruh. I ain't even gonna lie, dude. That got me all fucking choked up. It's a solid place for remembrance and stuff. Like, I was trying to hold it in, but I'm like, fuck, that got me, like... The music is phenomenal in this, dude. The fucking, sound design and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know how else to put it other than, like... Oh... I don't know, man. I learned a lot of like traditions and stuff about interactions and mourning and loss from some of my grandparents, you know. And yeah, it takes me back to being in those days, and it's wild how quickly time passes, man. You blink, and you know, if you're in high school or whatever, high school days are over, dude. You blink again, hey, you're halfway through college. Blink again, college is done. Blink, you're working when you start seeing your parents and other people get older. And it's wild. It's a wild ride that life is, man. The simple music really makes, yeah, it really does make the scene.
ヒノ、今から何買いに？漫画新刊出てるの忘れてた。
Nah, bruh.
坊主、ついてってくれ。
え？あ、
いいから早く。
はい。
I'm like, fuck, if I'm already feeling this way, if it gets fucking darker or something, dude, I'm just gonna like end up just destroyed.
足早いな。
It's beautiful though.
どこ行くんだ？そっちはコンビニじゃ。ひな。いた。
Yeah.
声がかけられなかった。胸が詰まるような声だった。きっとみんなの前ではずっと我慢してたのだろう。
Yeah. Bruh.
桐山くん、ごめんなさい。すぐ戻るから。
泣きじゃくる彼女の声を聞いていたら、閉じ込めてあった疑問が胸の中でインクみたいに滲み出した。いいよ。
My thing is, we all grieve differently, right? And some people don't like to cry in front of others. I'm a big crybaby, and you guys already know this. If you guys have seen other videos and the, you know, anime and stuff that we've done, because it's crying is healthy, man. But we all grieve differently, and yeah. Honestly, even in situations like that, just being there for someone is huge. But I'm also wondering, for our main character, has he had the time, like, to express those emotions that he needs to express? Because this is oof. Her crying out, "Mom!" It's like, don't worry, Ed. I'm also a crybaby. Oh yeah, dude. We'll fucking get together one of these days. Watch a sad movie or something. Cause fuck, dude. Yeah.
もうちょっとここにいよう。僕はずっと消えてしまった本当の僕の家族のこと。泣いても仕方ないから諦めて、悲しいから考えないようにして頭から追い出して、追い出して、追い出して。
Yeah.
本当にそれでよかったんだろうか。
Yeah.
泣いてる彼女と泣かない僕と二人並んで見上げる美しい、ただただ美しい7月の夜空。
I will always state this. Crying is a beautiful thing. If you can cry, it means you're still feeling something, you know, something deep inside of you. And by crying, I don't mean you have to shed tears. Like, you can cry even without shedding a tear. Like, it's the physical reaction or even introspective thought of, like, feeling sad. If we're going to be realistic about it, right? Coping in a situation like this, right? Or, as I mentioned, my friend put himself into his art, put himself into his activities, and in order to cope with certain scenarios, with certain situations from his past and stuff like that. And realistically, dude, people will drown themselves in their work in order to not have to, like, properly go through and experience something. And if he has loss again, I wonder how that's going to happen. If he has some sort of loss or a trauma or something happen to him again, how will he deal with it? Something that he can no longer just escape from going into shogi, from going into your art. Does that make people double down, or does that make people try and find another avenue? This was a rough, like, emotional episode, dude. Like, legit. Damn, what a way to jump into it. And we're watching this in March? Bro, hold on. We're watching this in March, like, really coming through. Guys, in case you guys are wondering, all anime are usually chosen by random, but because chat has been wanting to, because it fits the theme, we're finishing this all up in this month. We're trying to get as close as we can to it. That's a wild transition, and for me, it's like, I don't know. I think this episode really sold me a lot on the beauty of the show, on the beauty that is sometimes the silence in animation. Sometimes the aspects where people don't speak carry a lot more meaning than when they do. And that's huge. That is beyond huge. Guys, how was your first time when you guys were watching this? Did you guys experience something? Or genuinely, like, I don't know, take something away from this that made you realize, like, oh my gosh, like, what am I watching? Like, how did this take us in from, like, one aspect to another like this? I felt distance. Yeah? And sometimes that's, but you're feeling something, right? And I think that's what's important.
So y'all go fuck with that.
I was metaphorically hit in the head, in the face, in the head. Yeah. Oh, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I can feel it, dude. I can already feel it, like how this show can get deep, how this show can probably get really heavy and hit us really hard. Guys, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know, how was your first experience watching the show, if you've watched it before.